The $500 bow. Got to bang on it all weekend, shoot with the guys.
Oh, just a bit outside.
Kind of cool, we got to get out here a day early, get our marks, get our stuff dialed in.
Is that from the camera being on?
This is the this is the weekend the boys go down with a sub $500 bow rig and an index strap. The Bear. And how are we feeling about marks, boys?
I shot 4 arrows. I'm good.
Okay, you're good.
Yeah, they're fine.
Excuse free since '93?
Yeah,
Good.
absolutely.
Good. How's your marks?
Yeah, reasonable. Reasonable.
Reasonable?
Yeah, no, I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good. I feel like I'm definitely going to beat at least one person here.
Good.
Just saying. At least one. Feel ready. Feel ready, boy. Yeah, it's windy, but that's the best way to practice. So we're locked in. We're ready to go. Marks are perfect, so let's run it.
I'm so uncomfortable how close you get. If we have a day like this tomorrow, James has got the advantage because he slaps the shit out of that trigger.
I got the advantage either way, baby. We're bringing it home. This is easy money sniper, baby. Perfect.
Yes.
Yes. Every time, dude. It's so automatic. Easy money sniper, baby. Come on.
Easy
Listen,
money.
I'm slow and steady, and I'm going to beat everybody. Even though we got like the slapper and we got the bragger and all that stuff. I'm going to just be the snake that just slithers in. Slithers in.
Slithers in the back door?
That's right.
All right. The mix of shots, I felt like, was a fantastic test of archery. I mean, we like sent it out to 125. We got in as close as maybe 35 on some tight windows, had to shoot through stuff. It had the full gamut of tests, and I think that's cool. The banter with the guys all weekend.
Bow Discipline, yeah. Jason from Bow Discipline.
Jason.
Oh, I'm up to my pants.
Tim, do you care if...
Dude, this kind of thing, that's fine.
You good?
Yeah. Dude, that banner was got to be a 9.7, bro.
Dude, we had good energy all weekend, good banner. It's just like a reminder to me that getting out of the town every once in a while, hanging out with your close friends is something that we should do more often. And archery is just a good like excuse or vessel. Vessel, is that a good word?
Yeah.
Archery is a good vessel to get outside, spend time outdoors, do something that's super challenging, but also very rewarding.
Oh, no both these guys. Wow. I'm a fanboy.
I'm a fanboy of Tim.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. Would you like to see?
No. Every time I come to something like this, I take something away as far as my setup or shot execution or learning on downhill, side hill. My challenge to me this weekend was to shoot this $500 bow, see how well it held up, get more arrows through it, in the harshest of environments that I really get to get tested in. A little $500 bow update here. Me, I'm happy with it.
I love it, dude. I think it's really cool you brought it out and are rocking it, shooting really well. I just think it's dope you brought the bow that worked the best for you.
Well, it's fun to shoot. I wanted to test it. I wanted to test it at length, and what better test than to be out here at the whole freaking knock-on course.
He's holding together good, man.
How's
Since
your
we put new
bearing
bearings in it.
How's your bearing work?
I think it's all right, man. Yeah, since we completely rebuilt the bow like a day before we left. But yeah. No, she's holding together good. And you were absolutely on fire yesterday afternoon.
I did catch a little.
It would have been really nice if you were my teammate. That was the unteamed event.
Yeah.
And I shot like the worst I've shot.
I'm fixing to heat back up. I heat back up as the day heats up.
James,
you know what I mean?
You're in the shot.
I'm pretty impressed with the way you're shooting, to be honest.
Have you held it to just see how it balances?
No, it balances terrible. I don't know how you're doing that well with it. No, I don't like the way you have it set up, but it's right for you, not right for me.
Yeah, I like that little bit of lean, a little bit of torque into the grip. Now, if you've never been to a Total Archery Challenge, so fun, fantastically fun, great test of archery, great chance to sling some carbon, test some gear, and learn some more about your shot. If I was just to break down like end to end, how did the bow hold up? How did my shot hold up? I think the bow held up fine. When I made good shots, the arrow often hit behind the pin. There was two really valuable things I both relearned and confirmed throughout the event about my shot. Firstly, is that if I don't get my front shoulder down when I draw my bow, if I don't have it sucked all the way down with my elbow in the right position, you'll see my elbow tends to get a little high, and that's from me getting a raised elbow, and it kind of hyperextends my arm. If I don't do that when I shoot, my float gets worse. And when my float gets worse, my shot takes longer because I don't have confidence. These are just things that happen for me, and it takes me too long to execute my shot, and then I'm low on oxygen and I get more float, and it's like, do I let down? Do I break the shot off? And I can get away with that sometimes, but if you just watched all 4 videos, by the way, there's a video on Bow Disciples, Brandon McDonald, Josh's channel, Podium Archer, and my own. We all made our own separate and individual videos from the event. But if you watch some of those videos, my bow arm looks pretty shaky in some of those. And you could say, well, that was the bow. And I'm like, no, that's the dude, not the bow, really. I know this to be true after shooting a lot over the course of the years. I'm not perfect. I actually really enjoy the process of like, you know, archery's always been something that's very difficult for me. I'm not naturally talented at it. I've had to work really hard. And I have to stay conscious about the things I'm learning. Like, for example, I know to keep my front shoulder low, but if I let that slip to the back of my mind and I'm a little hazy at 6:30 in the morning, I can let my shoulder ride up. And then my, you know, float gets worse and so on and so forth. All good people. One of my favorite reasons to come to an event.
Lighting, number 2.
Yeah, that's been the biggest hurdle for me, but I've been doing it repeatedly. I need a
The one thing I don't know about the bow that I would love to be able to communicate to you is how the longevity of it's going to be. I've already blown out a bearing, so what can I say about that other than the truth? It happened. You know, fortunately we were able to get that remedied, but you know, what happens after I put 1,000 or 2,000 arrows through the bow, I don't know. I've really come to enjoy testing equipment that's not flagship gear, as well as flagship gear. I just like shooting bows, and I kind of like hacking my way with something that I think, you know, how accurate could a budget bow be? How accurate could a mid-tier bow be? How awesome can I make a true flagship bow shoot? All that stuff I find to be interesting. It kind of satisfies this mad scientist fix of like dollars versus accuracy. Fortunately, I'm in a unique circumstance where I have Spokane Valley Archery right in the back door. I have the mad scientist, MFJJ, to help me with these projects. And I feel like it's a perfect storm where I can really kind of push gear and shoot gear and test things that might be odd or different. And I find that to be really fun.
I don't know where I shot it.
I don't know where you shot either. But just a quick tip for John Dudley, because he's going to get down here. There's a tree behind that Sasquatch.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You can see the leaves blowing with the wind, so you can kind of judge your holdover off that
true.
tree.
Yeah.
You think that to be true or false?
No, I think that you can definitely judge the wind. So like when Josh was shooting his shot, he said there's no wind, and then he took his shot. And then he didn't record it because he's new to this. Kind of dumb. Hi, John. You trying to call out the duds?
I pirated your tip too.
Oh.
About that tree fluttering back there?
Yeah, I gotta watch the tree movement, bud.
Yeah. If I'm just giving like the short-term review on the Bear, one of my favorite things about it is the grip. I think the grip is money. It's exactly how I like a grip to be, that I can get my hand on the grip repeatedly. It feels good that way. The draw cycle's, you know, just a smidge harsher than other things, but it doesn't feel like a speed bow does. I guess the draw cycle is good, not great, but I don't find it to be a hindrance. If you're just comparing like the Bear to the Consequence to a flagship bow, when you look at it, it just doesn't look like it's as heavy duty built. Obviously there has to be some sacrifices when you're making a $500 piece of gear. By the way, I keep calling it a $500 piece of gear. It retails $529. If you just go discount code TimC on Josh's website, that whacks 10% off, keeps it under $500. Which I think is pretty rad that, something of that quality is available in the sub $500 category. If I'm just looking into the crystal ball of the next couple months, I'm going to continue shooting and testing that bow. I'm going to evaluate the bow tech thing. Like for a flagship bow, I just don't feel like I've really melded with it. You know, like sometimes you gotta date a girl a little while before you find out if she's your huckleberry. And as of right now, the bow tech definitely doesn't feel like my huckleberry. It feels a little unforgiving on my missed shots. That's just something you can't really test until you get time with the bow in hand. So I'm gonna kind of evaluate that. I don't know, see maybe what the best fit is or whatever. After being a little bit on the backside of something like this and having some time to let my thoughts sink in, a couple things I'll take away. If you can get to anything like this to test your gear, test your sight tape, test your third access, fling some carbon, get a little pressure, a little self-imposed pressure on yourself. It's really gonna help you bridge that gap between being a backyard hero and being ready for whatever that shot is when the time comes. It's freaking valuable experience that way. And it's just flat fun. Fun, fun, fun. Bring some extra carbon with you, definitely, if you go. Have your bow as ready as it can be. I'm gonna have a couple more 3D dates on the calendar like this before the year's over. Shout out to the people of Texas. Y'all, yeah, I picked up a y'all while I was down there. Y'all were very welcoming and friendly, and it's the first TAC event I've been to since I really launched this thing. Cool to meet everybody, so I appreciate you guys. Road to 100,000 subscribers. Subscribe to the channel. I'm cranking out the best videos I can every week. I will catch you back here for the next one. Come, 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 come. Also, if you haven't yet, if you haven't seen any of these videos, I will have all of them linked down below. 4 unique videos, first time I've seen anything like it in the archery space. I hope you get a chance to check them out, give me your feedback, let me know what you thought. Let me know what you thought. We'll catch you back.
No.
No.
What second line?
He's an imaginary line.
Your imaginary one that only exists from here to here?
Where they have to cut the foam or
Yeah,
fix it.
you're adorable. Missed.